more to life than, just being on it. The past couple of years, that's just definitely been my goal, my thought process, to just progress on the wheel. And I don't know, a lot of things were said last year, especially with like Future Motion and like trying to work for them and getting that going, and then they kind of like launched the team out of nowhere, and it was kind of like a slap in the face with me, and it was like, what the heck? And we had
because you should have been invited on it. Like, you should have been invited on it. You should be leading the team.
Yeah, well, I'm not
that's
the
why I asked
to say so.
I mean, the reason I asked you that, and I thought that you were going to say that like you turned it down for some reason.
No,
like, you would have been you and Allie would have been the first. You and Allie would have been the first people that I asked if I was Future Motion to be on the team.
Yeah, so I know. If I was there too, I would ask us too, but So it was just dumb, and like, the film 113 that came out?
Yeah. Oop, sorry.
Ooh, hold on, I got all these cars. Damn cars.
Yeah, be safe. Don't get hurt talking about this.
Yeah, no, you're good. The film 113 though?
Of course.
That yes. They just did with like all the factory team riders and plus me?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was this big film 113 that they were planning, and it was going to be a lot different, and it was going to be a lot longer of a film, and they didn't have the pro team at the time of planning, and then they kept like pushing back the dates weirdly, and like, I don't know, they were just being really weird with me, and then they like launched the pro team, and then they were like, hey, we have to change up the film, now we have to add the whole pro team, but you can still be in it, and I was like, okay, that's cool, that's kind of weird. I'm like, what about the pro team? Like, how come no one is fucking like talking to me about the pro team at all, even though I was like offered like working there? I wasn't offered, but I was just talked about quite a few times.
Right.
So I was super confused and like kind of hurt and like feeling less confident about one wheeling. I'm just like, what am I putting myself out here and like working my ass off for all this shit? And like, it just seems like the biggest people who should be like sponsoring and taking care of, they just don't care. They see it as a product and they want to sell it, and they're not seeing like the sport and like the riders as individuals. At least for me, this was my experience with what happened. So
right. I mean,
it was just kind of a bummer. And then they told me that like me and Allie were like one of the first people they thought of to be on the pro team. And then they like weighed all the options, since I'm like, I have a service shop and that I am working with Flight Fins and I work with the Float Life. They decided to just not approach me about it and not ask me about it, and then just talk to all the other people, and then launch that team, which I can't like. They can make whatever decisions they want to, like that's on them. That's their business. They can do what they want. It's whatever, but like for me as like a human and as a rider for this thing that I love, it just like, it was a huge hit, like emotionally, and like it was.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm still kind of just like dealing with it of like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I, working so hard and like doing all the shit? So kind of like relaxing a bit, just working. And, getting a paycheck right now, trying to get back to just, riding for fun more and not make it so serious, I guess. And, I think I just put a lot of hopes into things happening, especially with, like, Future Motion and like, there were other things that happened, too, that, like, fell through. So it was, like,
that's a lot.
Everything kind of just dropped off for me at the end of the year last year.
I'm so sorry,
it was
dude.
Just like, yeah,
I wanna give you a hug so bad. I just want to give you a hug right now. I'm so sorry. That sounds like
Thank you, bro.
That's fucking bullshit.
I feel your hug too. I feel your hug through the camera.
I mean, you deserve that, and you worked really hard, and you were bummed about it. That they didn't ask you, and they should have asked you. And then, so this is all very recently.
I don't even know who I can, like, I can't really talk to anyone. I just complain about it to people, and it's like, like we were talking about earlier, you know, like, I don't want to live my life just complaining about, you know, dumb shit that hasn't worked out or whatever. I'm just going to keep cruising forward and keep doing the things that I love, which is this thing right here, riding it, and just, you know, feeling at one with myself. And, like, I'm getting tingles just talking about it like that. It's
dude,
like,
yeah, you're going to come
stop living in the past and, you know, just do what's right for you and
everything
move
happens
forward with it.
Yeah,
So,
I think you're definitely going to come out on top if you have that. If you have that attitude, you're going to be fine.
That's definitely, like, the biggest thing I've learned in life is just, like, if you can come at it with, like, a good mentality, that fun mentality that we're talking about, then it's going to be chill, you know? You're going to figure it out. You're going to get over the humps, the hurdles, and all that. You know, you might eat shit along the way, but as everyone says, you just got to get back up and keep moving, and, you know, that's definitely the key to life, you know? I'm not...
Right. I mean, all
not
of that...
saying I'm, like,
100%
happy all the time. People think that I'm just, like, this happy motherfucker all the time, and that's totally not the case. You know, I am human. I have emotions, and, like, I get sad, and I get angry, and I make mistakes, and I do all that shit. So it's like, you know, I'm just Kyle, baby. I'm just Kyle. Yay!
Dude, yeah. No, I feel you 100%. And I think, yeah, I mean, that makes it really hard. And I feel like with One Wheel too, I mean, they like who they like. They have, like, their image that they're trying to maintain. And like you said about, like, the flight fins.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Sorry. I think it's like you said, it's probably about, like, the flight fins, and it's probably about the repair shop. And it's not about how much of a rider you are or who you are. They're looking at you like, because you work with this aftermarket people.
Yeah, exactly.
But all of this too.
I've thought about that a lot, and I totally see it from their perspective, and, like, they you know, they have a business, so they're not trying to affiliate themselves with, you know, servicing, which, again, I think is dumb, and something I've been trying to work with them since I started on, like, you know, certifying service shops and whatnot. Like,
you guys, I mean, when you're talking about this, you're talking about, when you're saying Future Motion, you're talking, or you don't have to say who the person that you're talking about, but, like, these are your friends. These are people that you thought were your friends, that you were working with intimately for years, getting stoked up to get riding together, working on these projects. And the 113, this video that you're talking, you know, that was recent. That was really recently. And
yeah, that's kind of the
pro
one
team,
that kind of hit me pretty hard.
The timeline that you're talking about, people not knowing about it or whatever, like, because as an outsider, you know, not knowing anything, I saw 113, and I think what I heard, or the rumor, was that, like, they just wanted you to come along. Like, the team had already been established because of the timeline. It was like, oh, we'll just hang out. But to hear that you were learning about the factory team while you were shooting it?
Yeah, that wasn't the whole thing with the film was supposed to, they told me like 6-7 months before the film, maybe even before that it was just going to be a film with me and Tyler, and we're just going to go rip around the U.S., and we're going to ride the one wheels mainly, and then we'll do segments of, like, snowboarding, skateboarding, and surfing, and then do, like, a whole movie about, like, the two homies from San Diego pretty much jumping on a wheel together and, like, you know, going off on board sports kind of thing.
And Tyler's
it sounded epic. I was so ready, and, like, it was tight, and that was what it was until, like, 2 weeks before the film trip actually happened.
And
because
you're also
the pro team didn't get announced
until
maybe 4 weeks before we left for the film trip, and then it was a big scramble of, like, oh shit, we're paying for all these pro riders to be on our team, but we're not utilizing them in this video, in this movie that we're making and spending a bunch of money on, so why the fuck aren't we putting these pro riders in there? So we got to throw these riders in there We also have Kyle, who's not on the team, but like we already told him he could be in it, so like we'll just add him on as a guest.
And
then
are you talking to them about this?
They were supposed to have Floaty on there, but he ended up breaking his foot, and so he couldn't make it to the shoot. So then it just ended up being just me as like a +1 in this video, and I still get people asking me all the time if I'm on the pro team or not, because they don't know, and that to me is the most annoying thing. Like they're almost using me as my riding and how good I am on, not trying to hoot my horn, but they're just using me to promote their factory team for that movie, and it's like I don't feel good about that at all. Like people are confused about my life, and like what the fuck, that shouldn't. It's my life, and like people are coming up to me and asking me about it. It's like,
I hope you didn't get that when I was asking you about this. Like literally when I was asking you about this, I'm sorry if that poked at anything either. But I was just curious. Like,
no, you're good.
But no, that totally makes sense, and I'm so sorry that happened. And that's got to have been really hard because also like your friend, like Tyler James, is also like your really good homie, and Bodie, like those are your.
Yeah, I'm not. It has nothing personal against like Tyler, James, Bodie, the whole factory
that's
team.
What I'm saying,
they're all still close homies for life.
So
like,
what was? I mean,
their
that must have been
for what they're doing is I get it. I know I'd probably go down the same path that they are. I might do things differently if I was in the shoes that they are, but I also don't know what hurdles that they have to jump through or who's stopping them on certain things.
Right.
And so I don't know any of that. So to me, those guys are my homies for life, and there's nothing that will change that. And you're talking about like Jack and like the FM guys, like they're my homies too. They're friends, but it's more of like we are in the same zone, and it's hard not to talk with each other. So like super friendly and super friends. They make a lot of decisions, that I obviously don't agree with. But, I don't hold that against anybody. Like, everybody has the right to their own opinion and their own decision making. And so I'm not going to, like, hate anybody ever for that. So
I didn't think that
all
either.
the decisions that Future Motion makes. It's just, kind of shitty sometimes for me.
No, I totally get those feelings are completely valid. And I was just kind of curious, or what I was getting at was like, you're having these big, you're getting fucked. They're hurting your feelings, and then you're shooting this film.
Definitely.
And then it's your homies though, and it's your friend, and it's your homie. Your homies aren't making those decisions. Like Tyler James wasn't saying, I don't want my best friend, Kyle. He like you are his mentor. I feel like I heard at one point.
Yeah, he's definitely.
So he was, he was pulling for you and all. So like during that, and like, now, are you talking to them about like, hey, this like hurt my feel? Like, are you telling them like this is messed up?
Yeah, I mean, I
have a feeling they'll watch this, and I say that because I like. I
that's
didn't
kind
think.
of how it is.
I didn't think they were watching this, but they are totally watching this. I like.
I hope they watch it.
No, they are because. Like,
cool. Yeah,
I didn't think that they were, but I like posted I posted this video the other day where I was like talking about how Laser blocked me on Instagram, and the next morning at 6 a.m. I'm getting messages from him about it. So somebody.
Why did he block you? What the heck?
I mean, they're watching this. This might be what Kyle Dorkson wakes up to before he has coffee and comes into work. Like, you never know.
Well, I don't know. I hope that they hear it because it's just something I think that they could do with that whatever they want with the information. But I think, just them hearing it, and I'm not the type of guy to like reach out to people like those, like specifically like Future Motion and let them know all this stuff. I did when the pro team got released first. I did reach out because I was really hurt. I was super mad. Like, I was gonna say you could talk to Allie about it because I was definitely like heated, and she was mad too. And I was just like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, So I did reach out to them for that, but I'm really like, it takes a lot for me to do that. So like at this point, I'm almost at the like healing stage of it, and like I was saying, like just moving forward from it. I don't need to like stir up feathers of people just because of choices that they made.
Right.
Like
No,
I'd love for them to know the consequences of that, I guess, but
I don't think you are, and I don't, and any of this, and also, yeah, if there was anything that you said and that you want me to cut or whatever, you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I'll cut it. It's fine. But no, this is real. This is real, and
no
part of my
filter.
thing, part of my show is like I'm here for you, right? I want like if we can do this, and then afterwards, someone at Future Motion watch this and they're like, holy fuck, Max was right. Like Kyle was right. We should have put him in. And like, oh, we hurt his feelings. And if you can get like an apology, or maybe they like write in the comments and they're like, that was messed up. We're sorry. We hurt his feelings, and we're gonna try and make it right. Or like, I don't know. I feel like
that's
not what the goal.
I love your energy where you're coming from it, but from all the work that I've done with Future Motion and like the people behind it, I just know that like nothing will come of
this is it.
The situations that have happened already, like I know they know that they hurt my feelings. They know that they hurt my feelings, but they haven't really said anything. It's just weird. I'm like, I get getting these weird vibes now, so I'm just doing my own thing.
They've definitely hurt a lot of feelings in the community, and they should. I feel like part of the factory team's mission was to like kind of repair that image. Would you say maybe?
Say that one more time.
Part of like the factory team's like mission is to repair their image a little bit, to like get like people that are good people like Tyler James and Bodie to represent Future Motion in that way, in that capacity. And
that's what I think was their plan, but
and I think
I see it
would
in
you
the
still
post and everything, like they're reaching out more, which is cool. So
right. And so are they? Would they? Would I feel like you could still be the pro? You could still be on the pro team.
Probably. I don't know what their plans are. If they're like trying to get more people on it, or if they're like, I don't even know. I'm just like not. My thought process isn't there anymore after all of everything that's happened. I'm just like, I gotta not focus on that and just keep riding and keep progressing it. And if something like that, some opportunity like that does pop up and happen, then I will jump on it and take it. But I'm just done trying to reach out to FM and like have them try and support me by me asking for it, because it's usually I get a carrot dangled in front of me and they're like, yeah, we got you. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't give it to you right now, but it's here. And then like a month go by and they're like, look at the carrot. And then they're like, nope.
There's gonna have to be like some really big grand gesture on their part to make it up.
Which also, that would be cool, but I don't know. I feel weird asking for something like that, or like even
right.
It's not like I'm expecting something like that.
And you can't, especially now that it's done.
If they want to do that, oh man, that would be super awesome, and I would definitely appreciate the love from them.
You can't put your focus, and you can't put your like focus towards that anymore if they're treating you like this, the way it is right now. You just gotta
pretty much. It's just
because that's not fun.
Pretty much, I'm like,
that's not fun.
It's not fun. I'm like, it's not fun, and it's almost like it got to the point where it's like not fun just being on the wheel, just because of all of that drama and all that emotion. It was just like, I got an EUC, so I started riding an EUC around, and I love riding the EUC, but I definitely don't get that same feeling and that same vibe that I do on a one wheel.
Right.
It's definitely more of a tool
it's complicated
to use
if
for
you're
the EUC. So
someone who it's your business, right? It's wheel fun stuff. You're changing tires. It's easy to burn out, and especially if you're putting all your energy, and then this factory team just slaps you in the face. And that's really, I think that's really fucked up, dude. I really think that you should be. Why not just have? So you said you're going on the Float Life team. Why not? Isn't wheel fun stuff? Do you guys not have a race team?
Yeah, I mean we do, but like it's we don't really have a race team. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but as a rider myself, I know that I can't really give the riders what I would think is like fair, something like what I would want as a rider, and I don't want to add more stress into my one-wheeling life like that.
Right. So
and I would just feel bad that I can't like help out these riders, because it would be on me. I would be the person running it. I would be the person in charge of it. It would just be a lot, like trying to do a whole business already is like there's me and AJ are two stoners from San Diego, and like we're trying to run a whole business. It's so hard and stressful, and like we've gotten really lucky this far because like I said, we've grown so organically, but the last couple of years we've kind of hit this like standstill point where like we do have to like push in the business world a bit more to figure out what we're doing.
It's
so
hard.
Like that alone is super stressful and hard to deal with, and like we're both working, full-time jobs on our own.
What's
also,
your other job?
So to add like all the future motion drama on top of that, like you were saying, it's definitely like just it's
not
like
fun.
Getting hit in the face with emotions.
What's your other job?
I just work in a warehouse. It's called Roadrunner Sports. If anyone's an active runner, they probably have heard of it, but we pretty much just sell like all kinds of running shoes and apparel and stuff. So I just work in the warehouse, pick orders, and do
Drive
logistics
forklift?
for inventory.
Do you whip around a forklift?
What's that?
Do you whip around a forklift?
I do whip around a forklift.
I bet you can fucking do some crazy shit on a forklift. Those are hard, dude.
Yeah, they actually just let me, they just certified me on an order picker, not an actual forklift, so it's a little more fun. It has forks. It's just as like big as a forklift, but the platform you stand and steer on, it goes up with the forks, so you can pick stuff off of like 5 stories.
How big is this warehouse?
In a harness. Yeah, I'm like in a harness. I have like a whole harness on, and then there's like a tether up here, and then I just go up in the order picker like way up, and I'm just like reaching, grabbing boxes, and I'm like jumping on the thing because it's super fun, and like it's so terrifying. Like, that dropping feeling you get on rides, you pretty much have that sitting in you, and then it hits you randomly when you're up there. You're like, oh fuck, okay, alright, and just step over this giant gap and then grab this box, and
that's awesome.
It's fun though. I do enjoy that aspect. It's the funnest part of the job for sure.
And then your day,
still a warehouse
and
job,
then you come to Wheel Fun stuff. You work, you said 8 to 4, and then you go to Wheel, like you have stuff to do at work too. Like you're at work to work now. Am I taking away from your money? I don't want to like fuck you up if you have to go.
No, my Mondays are like my day off, and they're like appointment in the shop usually, but I just don't have any appointments today, so
cool.
Solid.
Okay. Awesome. I was like, okay, don't lose any money talking to me.
I work Tuesdays through Fridays from like 11 a.m. to 7:30. So I'll usually have appointments in the shop in the morning, so I'll come in like 8 o'clock, work on some one wheels, go to work, go home, wake up, do it again.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah, that's big. And Allie, is her schedule? Do you guys? You said you live together and you have a cat together, so you're practically married. But you're not
practically.
Are you married or you're engaged?
No, we're not married or engaged.
I'm sure that's annoying. I'm not trying to be annoying about that too. I'm sure people ask you that all the time.
No, it's okay. It's good to get clarification. So asking questions is a golden thing in life that everybody should do, and nobody should get annoyed at answering questions, because clarification is so important in life, in every relationship, in every aspect. So I bring on the questions, baby.
Okay,
I love it.
I'm gonna just say I'm so surprised. I'm more. You have so many wise ass things that you've said to me in the past, whatever this time that we've talked. You just have like, you're just rattling off some really wise ass wisdom. I had no idea. You should do your own shred diary, dude. That's what you should do, your own shred diary about
this.
Thank you. And so
Allie, I've had a lot of experience in life, I think, and I've done a lot of. I haven't done a lot of fucked up things. I've done fucked up things in my life, and learning from them. I've just also been through a lot of chaotic experiences in my life, and I think it's just humbled me a lot, and I think being able to be at the top is also a great challenge for anybody to, humble themselves and not let it get to your head. And like when you can do that, I think you just become way better of a person, and you can use that to, do stuff like this and just rattle on the random wisdom that you have learned in life. And if that's, if one person watches this and they hear it and they take it from that, that's fucking awesome.
They did.
Being able to talk to you about it.
I was gonna say, I'm taking in all of this. I'm gonna be editing this and be like, holy fuck, I need to write that down. And like, or a lot of times what I'll have, I'm just gonna be like thinking about something when I'm editing that's like fucking me up, and I'll be like, but wait, Kyle said this, and you shouldn't feel that way. So no, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
And that sounds like you're like super busy. I guess, and I'm glad to ask you questions about it, because I kind of thought that you were just like the Jeff Adair of Wheel Fun Stuff.
I own. Yeah, cool. I guess I've just had the assumption that everybody knows I own it, but most people really don't know. They definitely ask me when they see me, like, do you work for Wheel Fun Stuff, or do you ride for them? Like, most people don't know. So I guess it is a good clarification to put out in the world.
Then Wheel Fun Stuff, do you guys, like, I feel like I've looked on your website before. Maybe I should have done it before I called you. And I know you said you do board change, or you do tire changes and different services. But do you guys have product, or do you guys have T-shirts for sale or anything? I feel like I would have bought a T-shirt by now if you had one for sale. I see people wearing them.
We have some T-shirts and stuff, but it's like hit or miss, kind of. Like I said, two stoners from San Diego, so we're not totally on top of our shit. But like we do have merch that I think this year we're going to be diving into a lot more. And as for products and stuff, we have products here, but we've learned that it's kind of best for people to just kind of get the products they want and bring them in, because most of the time people want really like specific stuff. And for us to try and buy like all this products for all the different models of boards and stuff, like it's a big investment to like buy all that product and then to like keep track of it and make sure that we don't spend any of that money and buy it for like other products. So it's just a lot to handle. So if anyone's out there who wants to run Wheel Fun Stuff and run a business and like not get a great paycheck until they can like really make it work, that would be so sick, because that's what we need.
Okay, so not the pro team. That's what this is. And I feel like with Wheel Fun Stuff.
I mean,
with Wheel Fun Stuff.
With this board, if you want to make a product, you got to make at least like 10 different products for it to really like hold your get a paycheck and like really do things with it. But creating products is so hard. Like it takes so much logistics and a lot of like initial payment to just get things created, and it's a lot of it's just a lot of effort and a lot of like, I don't know the word, like creativity, I guess. So like shout out to like Jeff at like TFL, like he's just been booking out products left and right. When something gets cease and desist order, he makes something else. Like that's how you really like have a business that flourishes. You hit a wall and you just, build a ramp over next to the wall to jump over it, instead of like stopping and being like, fuck, now that I have a wall.
Right.
So that's something that, me and AJ are trying to learn and, figure out how to just, keep our efforts moving forward. But I think right now we've got to figure out like what our efforts are.
I think my first thing, the first thing that comes to mind for me is like what I said about like, like T-shirts and just like Wheel Fun Stuff is a brand, right? It's your shop, but it's also like it has a really cool logo. You got all kinds of like the little LSD thing and the smiley face is like fucking cool. And you need to get shirts.
And we need to reach out to artists, I think, and like just get a bunch of art that we have on deck.
And then I was going to say about the T-shirts thing too, like I'm not doing anything, like I just had this doing T-shirts to make money, because as a business or whatever, right now I'm spending time away from my family, doing something, and we live in a capitalist world, and you need money to do stuff.
Yes.
And so yeah, the dudes at Fluid Theory, they were telling me about these T-shirts that I started selling, and it's like no money down. It's like print on demand, and you just put it on your website, and then I picked the mark. I put $2 on it, and then
Yeah.
they print it and send it out and whatever, and then you upload your design, and it's done. And yeah, I didn't have to do anything. So that's what, when you're talking about that, like, that's the first thing that comes to mind, because I did it and I don't have any time, and it was really easy. And I'm saying that because I would wear the fuck out of some of your cool gear on my show and promote it, and then tell other people to buy it. So
yeah, I think this year we're gonna definitely be flooding the market with a lot more fun items. So
fun stuff.
Be on the lookout.
Fun items? Is that what you're calling them? What? Wheel fun items.
Fun items.
Love that.
Yo, I hate to dip, but I told Allie I'd meet her for lunch at 12, and that's in 20 minutes. So
Dude,
I gotta head that way.
All good, dude. No worries. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. And yeah, spend time with Al. That's what I was gonna ask you too. I was like, I know that you're busy as fuck, and like she works too, and you guys are this power couple. You have to.
So I'm gonna go meet up with her.
Yeah, you have to. You can't be late to lunch, or it'll be a problem.
True.
Well, yeah.
I'm so down to, you can call me again sometime. You can call me whenever you want. Shoot me text. Feel free to reach out. Like, don't be a stranger.
Dude, I love that. That makes me so happy. That's the point of me doing this.
Yeah, bro.
Is to
bro. I love you, and I love what you're doing. So,
dude,
keep at it.
Thank you so much. Have a really good lunch. Tell Allie I said what's up. I'm gonna plug her. I want to talk to her. Will. Tell her I want to talk to her if she wants to.
Yeah, you should. I'm sure she'll jump on a call with you just like this. She totally would. She'd love it.
I'd love that. All right. All right. Well, on that little crash, I can't wait for you to see these clips too. I'm gonna send them to you as soon as I have time to edit this shit. But
yeah, that's the hardest part, bro. But you got it.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, dog. Woo!
All right. Have a really good day.
You too, bro.
Right.
Later.
Bye. Oh my God. Dude, that was so cool. I feel honestly like I wanted to be super stoked, and I'm super stoked, and I think it went well. But like, honestly, I'm just a little sad that stuff happened to him. And if that happened to me, I would be like not nearly as chill as him. And yeah, he gave really good advice. I hope the camera isn't like super fucked up. I hope it sounded good and the wind wasn't like messing it up. I really hope I did a really good job, because Kyle is so important to me, and that was so awesome. And he said maybe he knew that I wanted him to say this, but the whole when he said that to call him anytime and that he wanted to be my friend, that's what I wanted. And yeah, I've got so many more questions for you. I wanted to be like, yeah, what are you and Allie like going? You're going to lunch. Like, where are you going to lunch? What do you guys eat? And so yeah, maybe some questions like that aren't appropriate for this kind of thing. But yeah, that was really cool. Thank you, Kyle. Next up, we have Kyle Dorkson. No. Yeah, I hope the Future Motion people see this and they're like, man, we really need to apologize to him, because everybody thought, if you didn't know this about him or the factory team, maybe if you're not a one-wheel person watching this, you've probably been like, what the fuck are they talking about the whole time? Or you probably figured it out. But yeah, that's really sad. I kind of assumed, like I said, I assumed he turned it down. I thought it was like, nah, I've got too much wheel fun stuff to do, or my parents need help, or I don't know. But yeah, he's a great guy. He worked really hard for it, and he deserves it. And yeah, so that kind of bums me out, but it is what it is, and he's not bummed out about it, so I shouldn't be. It's in his rear view. He's got the best attitude. man, I'm going to be taking a lot of his advice um, in general. And I guess this is probably going to be like 2 or 3 parts. And I'm almost home. So this should be my outro. I feel like there's something else I want to say, but I can't think. I just want to I just want to give him a hug. I want to I feel some unresolved thing. I wanted to talk to people about their issues on the show. I thought that would be a cool thing to listen to people and be a platform for him to talk about his problems. Oh my God, he wants to talk to me about that stuff. Oh my God, so cool. And yeah, I just want to give him a hug. Poor guy. Or not poor guy, he's got a great life, he's on top. But I want him to have everything he deserves, which is someone to help push him to be really good and acknowledge him for being such a fucking badass. Right? And I'm doing that, and I'm just some fucking guy. But yeah, I guess sometimes I'm gonna have to end episodes like this. And it is what it is. Hopefully there's gonna be a cool update though. And it's whatever. What I'm stoked about is that, yeah, he said he wants to be my friend. And that was really the goal in all of this. So I'm just super stoked on that, but also I just want the best for you, dude. I'm a really empathetic guy. And so yeah, no. Yeah. I'm trying to think about how to describe to you right now and everyone watching how I feel. And it's hard, but yeah, I mean, I love you, dude, so much. And thank you for talking to me. All of that's really good. I'm super stoked on that. And I think it went well, and I'm super stoked on all of that. Hopefully, it recorded everything, right? But oh, and the camera battery is about to die, so I really need to wrap this up. Maybe I just want to say, One Wheel, if you're watching this, Laser, you're my friend now, right? Kyle Hansen's also my new friend, and you hurt his feelings. Or not you, Laser. I don't know who it was. He didn't say. And I didn't want him to either. Because all of you guys are my friends, and I want all of my friends to be friends with each other. And I want us all to hug and be pros together and go on an amazing group ride. So let's plan that group ride. um, yeah, we'll end it there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the support. Thank you, Kyle. Check out Wheel Fun Stuff. If you're in San Diego, man, check out, maybe they'll be watching this at Wheel Fun Stuff. And then, I don't know, Kyle, if you saw this episode or not, but I ran a challenge to someone to post a picture or whatever in the shop of the Shred Diaries playing in Wheel Fun Stuff. And if they did that, I would send them the socks that I'm wearing and some clovers or something. So this is just reminding everybody that Heather San Diego said she was going to maybe do it, but she never did. She said she lives 10 minutes away, and that was the last I heard. So anyways, anybody wants some really cute cat socks, that giveaway is still open. And yeah, all right, I'm for real done now. I feel a little weird, but I'm just gonna keep manifesting that group ride where we all hug each other. And it's okay, Kyle. I love you. I'm so proud of you for dealing with this. You are handling this so much better than I would have. And yeah, I liked you a lot before, but whoa, I like you a lot right now. So, thank you, dude. Can't wait to send you these clips in DM.